Back, everybody. So this is the warm up. If you're playing along at home, the guided notes follows directly along with all of the review that we're going to do today. So it might be a good idea to have that open and do that along with it. Have that open along with the video here. This number one was the warm up that we did, but it is also the number one on the review sheet linked in the assignment. All right, so let's go over this one. 3x minus 7y is equal to 21. Now, when I say to use intercepts, that means I plug in 0 for y, and I solve for x. And then I plug in 0 for x, and I solve for y. Two separate things, right? I say this. 3x minus 7 times 0 is equal to 21. Now, we had gotten to the point earlier on when we were doing section 3.5 that do we need to even write that? No. We can go straight to saying 3x equals 21, divide by 3, x is 7. Now, is that the intercept?
No.
It should be written as 7, 0. And I will have blanks there for you that look exactly like what was on that last quiz, where it's x, intercept, and then give you the two coordinates, like give you space to write a coordinate, just to kind of remind you that that's the way I want it. Same thing here for my y-intercept. I say 3 times 0 minus 7y is equal to 21. But that 3 times 0 can go away, just leaving us negative 7y is equal to 21. I divide by negative 7. Y is negative 3. But again, that is the coordinate 0, negative 3. Let's graph. 7, 0. On the right. To the right 7 units, make our dot. 0, negative 3. Down 3 units, make our dot. Graph the line through the 2 points. People, is that okay? No, that is not okay. Okay, so what if I do this? What if I put little arrows on it? Is that okay now? No, getting better, but not okay. All the way through the line. Okay. All the way through the line, arrows on the end. Anything less, and I'd take off a point. Questions about that? All right, let's go over the homework assignment then. First of all, what questions do we have on any of the first part? Let's go 28 to 32. I know you didn't have to do 33. But 28 to 32, what questions do we have on 28 to 32? No, 29. 29. Okay, now remember for 29, I'm just going to do this one. Draw this graph here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. What is the y equals line? Horizontal. So all I need to do is make a horizontal line at 3 halves. 1.5. There's my line. Does that make sense? And x equals, so like 28, x equals would have been a vertical line. Y equals horizontal, x equals vertical. Questions about that? Yep. Okay, which one? 32. Let me move this down and do 32 right underneath it. So for number 32, again, now I'm going to just skip to doing just the little equations. Like, I don't need to do the whole plug-in 0 thing. Negative 12x is equal to 36. So divide by negative 12, x is negative 3. Negative 3, 0. You follow me so far? Okay, on the flip side, negative 3y is equal to 36. Divide by negative 3, y is negative 12. So negative 12, 0, negative 12. Okay, 0, negative 12. Now, you go to graph this. I'm going to make myself a graph because I don't have one that goes to negative 12. So I need to go 3 on the left side, 1, 2, 3. And on the bottom, I need to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, so there's my red dot down here. Here's my blue dot over here. And I graph my line. Okay. There. did all right. I hit both points. Questions about that? Does that make sense for that one? Yeah.
So when you're drawing your line,
Yes.
If it's an X and a Y intercept, technically could it like be curved in between the points?
Not linear. Yes, if it's a different, like if it was an exponential equation, then yes. Or some other sort of maybe like a logarithmic or a rational equation, then yes. But we don't get to those until after. Any other questions through the first set, through 32? Okay, hopefully we feel better on that whole chunk. Let me clear that and then move this back up. All right, now, I'm just going to overwrite that. Go back up here. The big white box over this stuff. All right, let's do number 35. I am so sorry. I forgot to tell you, don't do part B. I put that on the key. I put don't do. So sorry about that. I completely forgot to remind you not to do part B. But all I really want for you guys is to interpret and then graph and then find a possible solution. All right, so let's first off interpret. Okay, we're going to identify the 2, the 2x, the 3, the 3y, and then the 54. I know this seems like a lot, but guys, I got to be honest, this again is one of the main things that I want you guys to focus on because we have this every year where we're identifying pieces and parts of the equation on the OST. All right, the 2, that represents the points for 1 2-pointer, right? Obviously, it's 2 points for a 2-point shot, right? And then same thing, kind of thing for the 3. This is the points for a 3-pointer. For 1 3-pointer. Obviously, you get 3 points for every 1 3-pointer that you get. Now, the difficult part here for me, in my opinion, is when we add the x into it. So, like, what does 2x represent?
The number of points per 2-pointer made?
Don't say per. Because this is the total points for your 2-pointers. Right? So if I had 7 2-pointers, I got 14 points just from the 2-pointers. Does that make sense? Total for the 2-pointers. Same thing for the 3-pointers. This is the total for the total points for 3-pointers. So if I make 5 3-pointers, then I get 15 points from that alone. What is the 54 representing? Total. Yeah. Total points. Okay, so there's all of the interpretations, and now let's find the interception graph. All right, 2x plus 3y is equal to 54. So I can come down here and say, okay, 2x is 54, so x is 27. And then I can say 3y is 54, so y is 18. Now let's interpret those. 27, 0, 0, 18. What does 27, 0 actually mean? To get, very good. He said that perfectly. 27 2-pointers and 0 3-pointers is 54 points. Reference both values. It's the extreme. If I only make 2-pointers, I get 54 points. Okay, same type of thing here. 18, sorry, that's 27 2-pointers. I forgot to write that in there. 18 3-pointers and 0 2-pointers. is 54 points. Okay? The other extreme, if I don't shoot any 2-pointers and I only get 3-pointers, I shot 18 threes. And if this is one game, this is one game. Oh, this is for the whole team. The whole team getting 18 threes. That's pretty good. Sharpshooting team. All right. Let's graph. This is the 2-pointers. This is the 3-pointers. And it looks like I've got to go up to 27 on my X's and 18 on my Y's. So let's go by fives. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I know I don't need to go up that much. Let's label one of them, though. 5. And let's go up to 30 on that side. Okay, I've got 27, 0. So somewhere around right here. And then I've got 0, 18. 5, 10, 15, 20. So somewhere around right here. All right, graph my line in between them. Do I put arrows on the end of those lines?
No.
No. Because that means it would go into the negatives, and it does not go into the negatives. I gave you one example, one solution on the key. I think it was like 18 and 2 or something like that. Anybody have the key still out? Well, you got an example. How would you check an example? Like, how would you check to see if something would be a solution?
You just plug it back into the original equation.
Yeah, just plug it back into the original equation. So kind of estimate and say, like, okay, maybe I make 5 2-pointers, and then I got to see how many 3-pointers I would make. I guess that number, how many 3-pointers it would be, until I get 54 points altogether. Questions about that? All right, so that was a big one there. Number 36 through 39. Are there any questions on 36 through 39? Yes, sir.
Can we do 38 and 39?
Yeah, because they're kind of related, right?
Yeah.
This one has a change in x that's 0, and I don't really even care about the change in y, because it's some sort of change in y. Actually, okay, so sure. Well, that's not even plus 3. Whatever. It doesn't even matter what it is, because it's some sort of change in y divided by 0. Can you divide by 0?
No.
So what is the slope?
0. Undefined.
Undefined. Same thing for my y's. In this one, the change in y is 0, and I don't really even care what the change in x is, because 0 divided by anything, that is 0. So slope is 0 here. That make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions through 39 so far? Okay. What about 40 to 42? Or excuse me, 40 to 43. We did not have to do 42. Any of those that you'd like to see?
43.
43? Okay, so let's solve that one for y first, right? Can I use intercepts here? No, it says graph the linear equation. Actually, I will specify on the quiz. I'll say put it in a slope-intercept form. So this is x plus 3y is equal to 9. So I'm going to subtract the x. 3y is equal to negative x plus 9. And then when I divide by 3, watch out here. This might be a little tricky. Y is equal to negative 1/3 x plus 3. Watch out for that 1/3. That can get a little tricky there. Because there was a 1 sitting out front, you can take 1 divided by 3. Negative 1/3 is my slope. B is 3. So I go to my go to my graph now, and again, you start with your y-intercept, your b value. Positive 3. Remember, it's up 3, not right 3, up 3. And now I use my slope to generate more points. Since my slope is negative, I'm going to go down right. Top is my down, bottom is my right. Down 1, right 3. Down 1, right 3. Down 1, right 3. Or, that's only 2. Down 1, right 3. Or, what's that?
Why are we going right?
Because I went down. Only one of the values is negative. If I went down left, negative would actually make a positive slope. If I go up 1, I have to go left 3. And then in the end, like say Noah, you were on your quiz and you're like, man, I don't trust myself. This seems like it's weird. Look back at it and say, is that a negative sloping line? Yes. Okay, I know I did it right. That make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's get some more of those questions on the review sheet, shall we? Is this the next one up?
That's number 2.
Yeah, this doesn't even have a number on the side, does it? It went from number 1 to nothing.
Yeah.
All right, we have a school selling pens and notebooks. Each pen is holy expensive pen, $2 for each pen. Jeez, that must be like one of those nice gel pens. It was like Pilot G2 pens. Those are nice. The school sells pens for $2 and notebooks for $3. The equation 2x plus 3y is equal to 60 describes the number of pens x and notebooks y that you can buy for $60. Let's graph the function and find its intercepts and then describe what they mean. Okay. So please do this along with me. I gave you this so that you can fill this in as we go. So let's find the intercepts. 2x plus 3y is equal to 60. Now, to find the intercepts, I'm going to solve for x and then solve for y by plugging in zeros, right? So basically this, 2x is equal to 60, divide by 2, x is 30. Again, everybody should be doing this along with me. Which gets me my coordinate, 30, 0. Same thing for my y values. But now I ignore the x term. I say 3y is equal to 60, and I divide by 3. Y is 20. 0, 20. Again, the reason we can do that is because it was presented to us in which form? Standard form. It was presented to us in standard form. There she is. I wouldn't have noticed anything, but you were like this.
Oh boy, I'm passing all of these.
It's okay. Here, I'll liven things up a little bit. What should we? Let's everybody get up and do some jumping jacks. There we go.
Whatever thing is happening underneath this, they would probably get really angry.
That's okay.
Right.
Don't do that.
This is math class. I'd like to not fail this class, and we have less than 10 minutes. So can we teach her?
Yeah, let's go. We actually 13, but okay. That's Samantha.
Everybody's rung one.
Excuse me.
I'm going to fail this test.
Well, then we better get going.
Yeah.
So 30, 0 and 0, 20. What does the 30 represent?
No. The notebook.
You had it right the first time. The pens.
Oh, yeah, the pen.
30 pens, and you can fill in these blanks as you go. 30 pens and no notebooks. 30 pens and no notebooks. Right? 30 pens, 0 notebooks. For $60. It doesn't say that for $60 on there, but then the other intercept, 0, 20. Okay, so that's 20 notebooks, but no pens. 20 notebooks, but no pens for $60. I don't know why you spent $60 on notebooks, but you do you. Okay. Now, the graph that I give you, I'm actually going to change out this graph. I don't love this one. I'm going to delete all of that stuff and get this one up here. The graph that they give you, it's not the best because you end up having to just go by fives. So let's just go by fives. Okay. So X is pens, Y is notebooks. So that means if I go by fives, there's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It's going to be a really small graph. That's okay. 20, comma 0. Excuse me. 30, comma 0. 0, comma 20. And then we graph our line in between them. Arrows on the end?
Yeah.
Nope. Word problem. Okay. All right. Okay. Focus on the diagram right below it. That is a demonstration of all 4 types of slope that you could have. Positive slope, negative slope, zero slope, and undefined slope. Remember, zero slope is horizontal line, where undefined slope is the vertical line. I always think about it this way. If I put a little skier on the line on zero slope, what's his speed? Zero. He's not moving at all, right? What happens if you try to put a dude on this guy?
He's gonna die.
Ah! As slope dude, it's his lines that he shows he's falling. It's undefined. And I say, as the more you increase the steepness, the higher the speed he would go, right? Higher the slope, higher the steepness. Okay. All right. Now, I'm going to be giving you slope in 3 different ways. I'm going to be giving you slope as making you find slope as a graph, as a table, and as coordinates. Okay, if it's on a graph, do I need to use the slope formula if it's given to me on a graph? No. No. I could just count up and over. Up 3 over, I got to count that. 1, 2, 3 over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
1/2.
3 over 6. And then we say 1/2. Can I leave it as 3/6? No. M is 1/2. Now, the nice thing is it gives you the coordinates here. Could you use the slope formula if you really wanted to? Yeah, totally fine. Now, what's the slope on this vertical line? Undefined. Undefined. Remember, put the skier on.
Would you mark it wrong if we put x equals -1? Could you do that?
Yes, that is not right. I don't know. The slope is undefined.
Wait, what day is Veterans Day? Because we get out of
Next
your
Thursday.
Get out of your class.
Next Thursday. Next Thursday.
Yeah,
Better
it's
day.
like a
Let's keep going on this. Let's keep going on this.
Got a second.
All right, flip it over onto the back. This is the slope formula. Go ahead and write it up at the top. If you don't have this committed to your memory, do that. Commit that to memory. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. That's the slope formula. Again, write it down at the top. y2 minus y1 over x2. I give you a little space. M equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. No, it's not a plus. It's minus. Yeah.
So what does it mean when it talks about like why is x and y in the same parentheses on the top when it should be both y's on the top?
You do second
No, but
one.
why does the paper say x1 and y1?
Yeah, that's first coordinate. X, first coordinate x, first coordinate y. All right, so let's find the slope. So y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So that means 1 minus 5 over 2 minus 8. Okay, 1 minus 5 over 2 minus 8. 1 minus 5 is -4. 2 minus 8 is -6. I cannot leave the slope like that. -4 over -6 is a positive 2/3. You can't leave it as a negative 2/3. You can't leave it as a 4/6. Yeah, you've got to reduce it to a positive and a 2/3. I still have people trying to give me slope as like a coordinate. And I don't know what you're doing there. please remember that the slope is always a value. It's a number. It's a number. The only time it's not is when it's undefined. It's a number, whether it's a whole number or a fraction. Never a decimal unless it's a word problem. Let's take a look at the next one. So my m is 7 minus a negative 2 divided by 1 minus 4, right? 7 minus negative 2, 1 minus 4. So 7 plus 2 gets us a 9. 1 minus 4 gets us a negative 3. 9 divided by negative 3 is negative 3. So my slope is negative 3 there. Yeah. Hold on. Let me show it then. Let me show it. Negative 2 minus a negative 2 over 7 minus 5, right? Negative 2 minus a negative 2 is a 0. 7 minus 5 is a 2. What happens when we have a 0 in the numerator? What is 0 divided by 2? 0. Slope is 0. What would have given us an undefined slope? Where would the 0 be? On the bottom. That would be a vertical line. Okay, so slope in a graph. Slope is 2 points. And then slope is a table. All right, slope is a table. I'm just going to find change in y, change in x. I go up 1, up 1, up 1. And this is down 2, down 2, down 2. So what is my slope here?
1/2. -1.
No, x goes above y.
He was right. It's
No,
negative 2.
I meant y goes above x.
Yeah, remember, it's change in y over change in x, right? Change in y over x. Y over x. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So that means it's negative 2 over 1. Or just negative 2. Shh, quiet. Slope is negative 2. Okay, next one here. Now, I give you this word problem. Can I just count the boxes on this?
Yeah,
No. It would be nice if I could. I mean, if you took into account the scale, maybe. But the nice thing is I give you the coordinates. Use the slope. Use the slope formula. 20 minus 10, y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. 50 minus 30. So 10 over 20, which reduces down into 1/2. Now, it not only says find the slope, but determine the meaning. What is the interpretation of the slope? Well, look at the graph. It's time, and as time increases, height is going to increase. So the slope is the rate of increase, right? So the slope represents a half centimeter per 1 day. It is always that value, that y value for every 1x value. 1/2 inch per day. Somebody said last period, could I do 1 centimeter for every 2 days? Sure, that's fine. That says the exact same thing. Okay? But I would say it's 1/2 centimeter per day. Always do change in y, then change in x. 1/2 centimeter per every 1 day. Yeah.
So, whoever the student asked that question, they basically just be giving it to you in non-simplest form.
But that's okay. Yes.
Oh.
Can you just stop answering because we only have
2 minutes left. I would say
Shut up.
stop talking. Stop talking. And I hate the comments. Cut it. I have zero tolerance for that. I don't know what's going on with you guys, and now I have to spend this time yelling at you guys because I don't know what's going on. I don't care. Cut it. Cut it out. Be mature. You're in here to learn math, so learn friggin' math. Okay? Cut the comments. I hate it. I hate it. My suggestion would be for you guys to write these two problems down and do them on your own. Okay? Why am I suggesting you do these on your own? Because we've learned this already. I know, don't write problem number 1 down. I don't have time to put it on the screen. I get it. I know I scrolled to 2 and 3. Just write it down for 2 and 3. Y is equal to negative 3 halves x plus 3, and then 6x plus 2y is equal to 10. I would do those problems tonight. If you feel like you struggled on them, just come in the morning and ask me questions about it. If you want to go over those two, I'll be here at 7:05. You can come talk to me tomorrow morning. Bye. Ooh, I'm heated. Hate the comments.
On the internet?
What's that?
Is that good?